Volkan, obviously 2018 was not the best year of your career, sure not the most fun for you. Talk to me what it was like just dealing with that for the first time, having to go through losses and deal with it.
Yeah, definitely. 2017 was a better year for me. It was my first year in the UFC, and then I got the title shot. But after that title shot, I think I had a lot of issue going on. You know, I had a staff in my hand after the bar altercation, and then it was just a pain in the ass for me to train. You know, it was really hard. I wasn't able to punch too much for all my training camp. And then, I got the fight. Then after the fight, I got staff again. And then I got into cancellation, visa issue and stuff. So this year was really trouble. I got fight camp after fight camp trying to get a hold on a fight. Then, broke my nose twice in a row and finally get the Anthony Smith fight like late in the year. And, my knee started hurting after so many trouble. So it was really a really annoying year. I got the fight, lost again, and now I'm, back in Switzerland, back to drawing boards. I'm back to my old country, back to my roots. Getting my power back. It's good to feel, alive again, getting rid of all the injuries and feeling strong for my next fight.
I want to talk about the changes you made, but let me ask you in retrospect. Do you wish maybe you hadn't taken some of the fights? I mean, knowing all that you were dealing with, and you're fighting the highest level guys in the world. I mean, is there any part of you that thinks, I should not have taken those fights?
No, because for me it's all about risk and reward. Fighting Cormier, not even 1 year after my UFC beginning, it's gonna be like the huge or one of the biggest upset of the history, And this is all this all about, it's all about what you can give and the history you create.
Are there any lessons you take out of the fights themselves? I mean, sounds like you were dealing with so much, maybe it wasn't even, much of you in there, but are there lessons you take out of those fights that you say, okay, here's where I know I have to get better or what I have to change?
No, you have to deal with everything. After all, it's an overall situation. It's life. You have to deal with what's up on the outside. What's up within the training camp, and your progression. Your overall progression. You cannot complain about stuff. You have to go. You have to move forward, and you have to be strong all the time.
It sounds like you made some training changes. You went back home. Was that just out of necessity, or you trained all over? I saw you were in Turkey, right, and then back in Switzerland.
Yeah, right now I can't. I have some visa issues, so I'm waiting, for it to be resolved. It's just going to take me a few more months, and then I will be back to my old team in Florida.
Okay, cool. Well, who did you train with in the meantime? Who did you seek out, and tell me what the preparation was like?
So I actually went back to my roots, to my old team in Neuchâtel. It's the team I've been doing most of my pro fight, from my second pro fight to my maybe 12 or 13. Then it's good because I can feel the old Volkan going on.
I was going to ask. I mean, certainly Henry Hooft is a great trainer, but is there something fun about being back there? I mean, does it bring back old feelings? Does it bring back old energy? I mean, do you feel like maybe this could be good in kind of getting things going on the right track again?
Yes, because aside from feeling this old energy and the thing that was that made me also, I had to, of course, make some change in my training because I don't have all the bodies I have in Florida and all the high-level people, the heavyweights. So actually I had to really focus a lot on my conditioning and techniques, so definitely I improved a lot.
Very cool. Who's going to be in your corner on fight night?
So all of my coach from Switzerland, the people that's been following me now for the last 3 months. So it's going to be Nelson Carvalho, Patrick De Caro, and Jason Calombe, one of my sparring partner.
Very cool. All right, well, let's talk about this matchup here. Dominic Reyes, a guy that's rising very, very quickly. I mean, is he somebody that you had been following and kind of keeping an eye on, knowing that you might be clashing with him, or was it a little surprise? What did you think?
Yeah, so his fight with Jared Cannonier, that's when I first saw him. And at that fight, I remember my fiance told me, oh, he's going to be somebody you're going to have to watch for. And, since that moment, I kept on following him. Definitely the OSP fight, and now, he's going to be facing me. So now it's going to be a different story.
I was going to say, what do you think about the match? I mean, it's almost like he's the newer version of you, right? Here he is rushing to the top. I mean, did you see parallels between where he is and kind of where you are?
Always, there is always parallel, but he hasn't faced the highest level of competition like I did. He's OSP fights, so his last fight in the UFC was my first fight in the UFC. So my first fight in the UFC on 2 weeks' notice, I fought the number 6 in the world at the time, and it's just been top 10 guys, you know. So I think there is a difference in the experience there.
What do you think about his skill level overall? Definitely the experience you laid out. I mean, are there things that you're impressed with or concerned about that you've seen his game, or do you feel like you match up well with him?
No, his game is strong. He has his value, you know, like assets. I mean, he has his assets that he's doing a great job at you know, exploiting them. But of course, everybody has his hole, and I see much of them.
Do you think about where a victory puts you right now? I mean, you had the setbacks, but they're against, you know, 2 of the top guys in the world right now. So do you think about where I sit in the division, or you know, when I can get back to a title shot, what a win here does for you? I
definitely hold the top position, and I cemented my place there. So for me, you know, it's a really comfortable position, and I'm here to show that I'm here to stay and climbing back to the ranks. So I think after this victory, I have maybe one more fight for the title challenger position, and I could get a title shot at the end of the year.
What do you think about guys like Thiago Marreta coming in? People are talking about Johnny Walker already as a potential title shot. What do you think about the top of the division? Who deserves to be #1 right now?
So it's really difficult, because now we're going to be seeing Gustafsson and Smith again. Thiago Santos might get the title shots, you know, and who else is there? I think Latifi and Corey, you know, those people also didn't fought that many times, you know, in the past months. So it's a difficult position, but definitely I'm gonna clear the ranks, so there is no doubt about who's next.
What's the goal in this fight? I mean, obviously the goal is to win, but I mean, do you feel like you need to go in there and make a statement, show that last year wasn't who you are? Or is this more just about just getting a win, whatever it takes, and reestablishing where you are?
No, it's I don't feel despair. You know, I don't feel like I have something to lose, something to regain. You know, I just have to apply my game, do my stuff, and be myself in the cage.
It's two pretty explosive guys going at it. It looks like it could be fireworks. How do you see this thing playing out?
I think it's going to be a really nice fight for the fans, you know, and London will be pleased, because London is, I think, the venue to be in Europe, you know. So it's going to be a pretty interesting matchup for the fans, and they're going to see a big knockout from me.